Morning, Friday. Do me a favor before we even get started right now. I need you to drop what you're doing. Drop it like it's hot, right? Drop it down to the floor, baby. Smash the like button. Push us up in the old algorithm. I'm talking about the coffee. Drop the coffee. Drop the hot breakfast, baby. Drop the McGriddles, which actually sounds decent. I haven't had a McGriddle in a while. Let me tell you, I'm not a biggest McDonald's fan, but I get it. I understand why people love it. That stuff is so bad for you, but it's so damn good. Happy Friday. Let's send it, baby. Yes, it's so good to see you all in the chat. Of course, welcome back to the My Crypto Journey live stream here for Coffee and Crypto. And of course, my name is Sickney because I don't know what the hell I caught. This thing is kicking my ass. But we got a good night's sleep last night. I'm feeling a tad bit better than yesterday, and we're going to send it anyways. And keep in mind, guys, at the top of the hour, I'm going to be migrating over to Jake Gagan's channel for the Crypto Hour. And of course, we go live every day, or excuse me, Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time over on Twitter for the Crypto Hour. So if you want a little second dose of the boys, you can come hang out with us a little later. And make sure to check out my sponsors. Of course, Volt Inu with some pretty big partnerships with Everrise, big deal. And of course, the price has been absolutely sending. We have Cookies Protocol, which we should be having some sort of lottery giveaway very, very soon. I know they're having a big contest. Make sure to check their project out in the description down below. And of course, Pomeranian, my newest sponsor for the month. They're going to be having an AMA with me on the 7th. So keep an eye out for that. Links to everything is in the description down below. More to come in the coming months. And of course, hashtag ad. Of course, invest with caution. You guys are very smart on my channel. You're not dumb, so you know what to do. What up, babies? How y'all doing today? How y'all doing? It's so good to see you guys in the chat. What's up? What's up? You don't know what a McGriddle is, Chrissy? Oh my God, it's bomb. It's so bomb. And yeah, of course, smash the like button, guys. What's up, James? How you doing? Javi got the Javi coffee this morning. Fired up, ready to rock. What's up, Jay Hawk? How you doing, baby? What's up, OG? Yes, Luna Classic is pumping. Mizzy Matt, how you doing? Good morning. Spencer James. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Big A, I hate you. Good morning. Slim Cheeses, Crypto Art, Ben, Sackle Hunt. Somebody speak to my manager. Somebody get my manager on the phone. We have My Ultra. Just up, Jason. How you doing? How you doing? Timbo Slice, not to be confused with Kimbo Slice. Beaver Lumber, no ordinary lumber. Beaver, I just followed you back on Twitter yesterday. And links to my Instagram is in the description down below, just in case you guys wanted to follow more on my personal side. Edgar, what's up, baby? Edgar, like, literally keeps the memes coming every single day. Matthew, Gabe. We got Lawrence in the house. Volt Army in this bit. We got Renaissance Kinetic, Hemi Life. What's up, DJ, with the bomb cooking videos? What's up, Richard? Voltronics, good morning, good morning. Hope you're all having a fantastic Friday. What do you guys got planned tonight? I would love to go send it, but we cannot for obvious reasons. Echoes from Above, what's up, baby? And guys, we're going to be actually watching one of Echoes from Above's video on the Jake Paul situation. It was going to be another one, but he actually just came out with one this morning. And our boy is so close to 10K subscribers. So if you like critical content of people dunking on financial YouTubers, go ahead and subscribe to his channel. It's very, very good. And the quality of your videos, man, are getting very good. I like your editing, man. Awesome. What's up, John? How you doing? Irish Mike, what's up, baby? Smash that like button. Hung like a tortoise. Yeah, we're going to get into that right now because it's unfortunate, but rules for thee, not for me. And Jake Paul's going to get out of the situation scot-free, I'll tell you that. He just signed a big deal with the UFC, too, which is crazy. What's up, Samuel? How you doing, baby? What's up, Sam? Sam the man. And I want to look at so I just saw this one piece of bearish news that not a lot of people are really talking about, but I think it's important. So Russia's largest bank, Sberbank, or Sberbank, like Siberia Bank, I guess, to launch a DeFi platform on the Ethereum network. Now, one way to get around some of the sanctions that the United States is hitting at everybody is to maybe switch to crypto, right? Because it's truly decentralized. That's interesting. Now, Ethereum has come under fire a lot lately because it's, especially ETH 2.0, it's becoming less and less decentralized. So it'll be very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, McGriddles are really good. I mean, look, McDonald's food is degenerate food. It's not good for you. But let me tell you, nothing hits like a large fry, a 40-piece nugget, and a burger. That hits so hard. It is so good. I don't know what they put in that food, but it is so good. I get it. You gotta definitely make sure you eat that shit in moderation. But I love me a 40-piece nugget. It's not even chicken. It's like weird, like mutated dinosaur meat. It's just not good for you. And that the fries, man, are only good the first 10 seconds you eat them. Okay. Anyways, let's get into the first story, which is in CoffeeZilla just posted yesterday, pretty much highlighting the fact that Logan Paul was just sued in a class action lawsuit for his role in CryptoZoo, along with Jeff Levin, Crypto King, and Eddie Ibanez, and more. Now, this is interesting. So, a lot of people thought, like, was there going to be any legal action against Jake Paul? No, but we knew that he was probably going to get some sort of lawsuit. Why? Because yes, I do believe, people are like Attorney Tom. I do believe, let me follow this guy, that they are looking out for the people. But this is a chance for any lawyer taking on this case to make a shitload of money. And although I think class action lawsuits are better than nothing, I've been involved in a few of them, and I've got a decent amount of money from. So I was involved in a couple class action lawsuits with DoorDash and Postmates, and both of those class action lawsuits, I literally got like $500 each one, which is fantastic. They Venmoed it to me. But I've been involved in other class action lawsuits where you get like $7, and really the people that get the most money are the lawyers in this situation. So this is cha-ching dollar signs about the situation. Now, CoffeeZilla didn't post a video about this, I don't think. But yeah, I think CoffeeZilla is taking a little bit of a break, and I think the Logan Paul, CryptoZoo saga may be over because Logan Paul did what everybody wanted him to do, which is come out and apologize. Because I think he finally had some people around him that stopped being yes men. Because here's the thing. Logan Paul had a golden opportunity to make a response video and kind of make CoffeeZilla's argument look like not that serious. Why? Because he could have said, hey, I never sold. I'm sorry. These guys scammed me. We didn't plan on, for this to fail. Because on paper, CoffeeZilla and Logan Paul and his manager never sold in the project. And on paper, we saw that the Crypto King, right, that fucking influencer on Twitter, sold. Eddie Ibanez and the other guy sold, right? They all sold, but Logan Paul didn't. Logan Paul could have came out and said, I take personal responsibility for those guys. I hired them. My bad. We're going to get this project going. I never ended the project. I was just taking a break. Okay. But he didn't do that. Why? Because he's not sorry. Logan Paul isn't sorry. The only reason why he's sorry is because he finally got yes men. He finally heard other opinions other than his yes men, right? His circle, his immediate circle, the people that are around him, because he has the money. He's the money man because they're helping he's helping their career, right? When Logan Paul made his response video, it was so out of touch. Pretty much saying, I'm going to sue you, CoffeeZilla, bro, which always ends bad on the internet when it's a David and Goliath situation, right? When it's a Logan Paul who's larger than life versus CoffeeZilla, who's, yes, has a lot of subscribers on YouTube, but in the grand scheme of things, Logan Paul is a bigger figure than CoffeeZilla, right? That doesn't look good. And then to blame CoffeeZilla for not doing adequate research on his manager. And it's like, you're the one who hired him, dummy. It's like he missed so many opportunities to kind of do his best to finagle his way out of that situation, but he fucked up. Then he had an hour and a half podcast where he sounded more like a narcissist. And then finally, once he figured out that this event may cancel him, right? This guy went into a forest in Japan where people go to self-delete themselves, took a picture with a man hanging from a tree and put it as his thumbnail and still didn't get canceled. But this was going to take him out if he didn't address it, right? That's crazy to me. First of all, YouTube, what the hell is up with YouTube? I've seen so many people get banished for less reasons. YouTube, there is some favoritism here. YouTube plays favorites with a lot of these people. Any other ordinary Joe who did that sort of thing, that insensitive thing, would have been banished to the Shadow Realm forever, for good, right? Like another case is that Steve Will Do It guy who drinks a copious amount of alcohol. They banned that guy because they didn't like him, right? But Logan Paul could take a picture with a dead person in a self-delete forest. Crazy. Anyways, so now there's a class action lawsuit, right? And of course, this is funny. This is the video that Logan Paul made a screenshot from it. This is the a Watch a Guru article. But now we're gonna watch a video from Echoes from Above, our boy who's in the chat right now. It's going to talk about the lawsuit in depth. I haven't watched this one. I watched the other one. But if you guys are not subscribed to my boy, links to his channel is in the description down below. We are so close to 10,000 subscribers. Let's go, baby. Without further ado, let's watch the video and see what Echoes has to say.
Official, folks, Logan Paul is officially being sued, and he's being sued by this guy right here, Attorney Tom. And what's interesting is Attorney Tom actually made a video about 2 weeks ago right here where he said that he is going to sue Logan Paul, and he followed up and he actually did that. So he posted this tweet about a few hours ago where he said, "We have officially filed a class action lawsuit in the Western District of Texas against Logan Paul for the Crypto Zoo fiasco. This is very great to see."
Five subs away from 10K, guys. Let's make it happen. I know you guys can make it happen. Link to the video is in the description. Make it happen, baby.
It's good to see this guy's finally getting some justice, because obviously, he's got that deal with the UFC and he's got the Prime drink, and his career seems to be okay, even though this guy absolutely scammed his fans. And this is just great to see. Hopefully something comes out of this. But yeah, in today's video,
that's crazy. He just signed a huge deal with the UFC for his energy drink, or his whatever, his Prime drink. And the crazy thing is, Jake Paul, his brother, is always beefing with Dana White and the UFC. So I wonder how this is going to affect their relationship. I think this rabbit hole is going to go it's going to go way deeper, right? Because if you guys don't know, his brother and Dana White do not fuck with each other at all.
we're actually going to go ahead and go over the lawsuit a little bit and just go over like some of the main key points that I saw. So let's just go ahead and let's actually go over that. Oh, I also want to highlight this, guys. Logan Paul got sued for $3.5 million back during the whole incident that took place in Japan, where he went to like this forest, and you guys know the rest. I can't say it on YouTube; they'll demonetize the video. But yeah, crazy stuff. So yeah, just want to keep that in context, folks. He got sued for $3.5 million. I don't know what happened with that case. I wasn't even around when that stuff happened. I wasn't even following the guy when that stuff happened. But anyway, let's actually go ahead and go to the lawsuit. So this is the official paperwork for the lawsuit. I'll put the link down below for folks who want to actually go and read the lawsuit for themselves. But let's just go ahead and go over some key things right here. So you can see clearly right here, the plaintiff is actually not Tom. Attorney Tom is a part of the lawsuit, yes, but the plaintiff is actually Don Holland. Now, Don Holland is a police officer, and we're going to get to that in a minute. And you can see that it's not just Logan Paul that's being sued. It's basically the entire Crypto Zoo organization, which is awesome. This is great to see. So it's Crypto Zoo Inc., a Delaware corporation, Logan Paul, Daniel Strobel, Jeffrey Levin, Eddie Ibanez, Crypto King. It's a lot of people being sued up in here, and this is awesome. This is really good to see. So we scroll down here. It says nature of action. Plaintiff Don Holland is a police officer. So this is a police officer that is involved in this class action lawsuit. Is a police officer residing in Round Rock, Texas, who purchased digital currency products from the defendant. And then it talks about what Crypto Zoo is. We already know what Crypto Zoo is. We already know who Logan Paul is. They start explaining like all the different like roles of everybody. But I just want to kind of get into the interesting stuff. So this is the part where they start to kind of explain like what exactly Logan Paul did.
Let's go.
This lawsuit is great because they really have the receipts. Obviously, shout out to CoffeeZilla. CoffeeZilla is the one who really exposed all this stuff. But yeah, this person has the receipts for sure. And yeah, it's interesting. Oh wow, they show the addresses of everybody. They
says boy,
right here, Logan Paul, who is located in here. Jeffrey Levin, who is located here. They literally got the addresses for everybody. They are not playing with these people. Okay, let's go.
That's why lawsuits are so brutal, because, like especially anyone, like, I've been threatened. I've been threatened with lawsuits from Saitama and a lot of other projects a few times, right? Because I spoke critically of them. But when that happens, I mean, all this stuff is exposed, right? It's not good. It's not good for anybody. Discovery's crazy. Let's go, Echoes. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Go ahead. So they explain what a cryptocurrency is. Here we go. 37 is one of the main things that I want to show you guys. So right here where it says factual allegations asked to plaintiff, says right here, plaintiff began investing in cryptocurrency in 2016. In 2021, plaintiff was told by his son about a new NFT project with Logan Paul. Crypto Zoo was promoted by Logan Paul as a game that makes you money with a massive team supporting it, funded by like $1 million. Logan Paul claimed to have invested. In August of 2021, defendants released these Zoo tokens, CZ NFTs, and Crypto Zoo's terms, stating defendants will strive to do their best for the project and the community. See Exhibit 1 shortly thereafter.
Now, you have to understand that the big reason why some of these cryptocurrency products are popular, especially during the peak of the bull run, it didn't matter about use case. During the bull run, it didn't matter. No one was really looking at use case, because use case is something you fall back on when the hype dies, right? You have a community, you get hype, you have promises, you have over promising and under delivering. And really, It didn't matter what your use case was because the truth is a lot of products were here for a good time and not a long time, right? And this is the same thing that happened with Logan Paul. But you have to understand, Logan Paul is different than an average schmuck, an average Joe creating some shitcoin and talking about it. Logan Paul has a huge platform. So to me, it's 50-50. There are some people that truly did believe in the future of this project and the longevity and maybe what they could do with Crypto Zoo and Crypto Pets. But there are some people that understood that this was a big opportunity to make a lot of money because of the time during the bull market, right? 2021, right? Um, and the community it could have, but they never delivered, right?
The plaintiff invested an initial $1,000 of his hard earned money in order to purchase some of these zoo tokens, which he used to purchase a Crypto Zoo NFT. Okay. Scroll down to 38. After the launch date came and went, the investment initially went down in price before going up and then back down, which is when a lot of the individuals began to fear that the project began to fear the project due to a lack of positive developments. Like others, the plaintiff thought that there was a long-term merit in the project due to the false affirmations by the development team, including from Ben Roth. It was a steady drip of information on positive developments, which were untrue. That led him to believe the project was legitimate. Accordingly, the plaintiff spent an additional approximately $2,000 after his initial investment for a total of $3,000. This means that he initially spent $1,000. Then after that, the thing tanked. He bought the dip. He put another $2,000 in it, and he basically lost his money. It didn't go too well.
Jeez.
So now we go into the 40. Oh, here we go. No, this is really good. Once he saw Logan Paul announce another NFT project and started ignoring CryptoZoo, he realized his money was likely lost. CryptoZoo was never released as advertised, and the value of the Zoo tokens and CZ NFTs plummeted. Scroll down to number 40. The value continued to drop because defendants manipulated the market for zoo tokens by buying and selling them in bulk. Defendants caused plaintiffs to effectively lose the vast majority of the value of assets, his entire $3,000 he used to purchase the zoo tokens. The
Jeez.
defendant's scheme caused damages to the plaintiff and other consumers. Defendants' new consumers, like plaintiffs, will be convinced to purchase their products by defendants' false representations of profit and a functional gain. On information and belief, defendants made the business decision to forego an expensive and time consuming process to create a functional crypto zoo gamer supported and instead deliberately undertook a scheme to defraud plaintiff and other consumers. On information and belief, June 11th, 2021 was considered internally by defendants a zoo day, the day upon which they released without any public notice their digital products for purchase on the Binance blockchain. On Zoo
See, that was one of the issues that what really got me and what really made me believe that this was a sort of scam was the fact that they did a stealth launch and didn't tell anybody about it, right? And then once the scammers started scamming each other, that's when things started to fall apart because we had the Crypto King getting in there with extra wallets, making a ton of money and those sorts of things. And that's what to me really highlighted the fact that, oh, yeah, you know what I mean? This is a scam, right? Why do a stealth launch? Get all your friends and family in before anybody else because you're trying to scam. You know what I mean? You're trying to scam, and they get mad when the scammers start scamming each other, right? And we think about the people that were in here, like the Crypto King, who's like a big influencer on a larger scale, sold a bunch. Then the Eddie Ibanez guys, who's a serial liar, and the other guy who's just like fucking has this crazy criminal background. It's crazy.
Day and until the release was publicly announced, Logan Paul, Dave Strobel, Jeffrey Levin, blah, 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 purchased these digital products at an artificially low value. Soon after the project was publicly announced, Eddie Ibanez, Jake, potentially other defendants, sold large amounts of the digital products for an immediate and large profit, effectively stealing the money of consumers who had invested. Defendants knew they were supposed to hold on to any early purchase digital products until months after the public release because they knew, hold on one second, because they knew that selling before then constitutes a rug pull and is fraudulent due to the unconscionability of defendants' fraudulent scheme. Defendants should disgorge the revenue, profit, and any other gains made therefrom to plaintiff. On information and belief, defendants manipulated the zoo token market. Their standard operating procedure had been okay, blah, 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 blah. We get that. We get that. We are going to scroll down. Let's see. Allegations. We're gonna scroll down here to where they actually are giving like the counts that they're charging these people with, or at least that they're filing the
Yeah,
complaint
I
for,
want to see
right?
those. Let's see
So
the
you got
counts.
causes of action. Count one, fraud. Says right here, defendants failed to disclose that CryptoZoo was non-functional as promoted and that they would not be supporting the project. Defendants have no practice of providing promised products slash projects and supporting said products slash projects. Okay, so we're gonna keep scrolling down. Count two, express breach of contract. Keep going down. Count three, implied breach of contract. Count four, unjust enrichment. Count five, violation of Texas's Deceptive Trade Practices Act. Count six, negligence. Man, they are going nuts. Let's see what they got under negligence. By representing to the public that CryptoZoo will be functional, was seeded with around $1 million, and that the CryptoZoo community would be supported. Defendants had a duty to care, a duty of care to use reasonable means to provide the promised products slash services, not manipulate the Zoo token market, and support plaintiff and the other members of the CryptoZoo community. Crazy. Count seven, fraudulent misrepresentation. Defendants fraudulently misrepresented to the public that CryptoZoo will be functional and that they will be supporting the project. Yep, they definitely did that. CoffeeZilla exposed that. Conspiracy to commit fraud. Oh, that's a good one. Defendants conspired with one another and potentially others as yet unknown to commit the acts set forth in this demand. Said conspiracy constitutes a conspiracy to defraud plaintiffs and other consumers. Yep. And then here's where we get to the interesting part. We get to the damages. So the damages are interesting. So according to them, defendants' conduct and actions discussed above proximately caused injury to the plaintiff, which resulted in loss of use damages for assets diminished by defendants' actions, actual damages, plaintiff sustained damages as alleged here, mental anguish, civil penalties, prejudgment interest, attorney's fees, and cost of action. Then we get over here to the punitive damages. The wrong done to the plaintiff by the defendants was attended by fraudulent, malicious, intentional, willful, or reckless conduct that evidenced a conscious disregard for plaintiff's rights. Therefore, plaintiff seeks punitive damages in an amount to be proven at trial. Very interesting. And then you can clearly see that Attorney Tom and Associates are here. So, yeah, folks, Logan Paul's being sued. Crazy stuff. So, just wanted to go over the lawsuit real quick. I will put the link down below. And yeah, Logan Paul's being sued. Hopefully, there's some justice done, and hopefully, Logan Paul will have to pay up. That will be great to see. So, anyway, that will go ahead and conclude today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.
So that's going to be very interesting to see what the victims actually get. Now, here's the thing. I think, of course, there's a case for this lawsuit, right? And the fact that Logan Paul is such a huge figure that he is, he's going to settle. He's not going to want to deal with this. He has enough money to, depending on what they're asking, right? They'll reach for some undisclosed information, right? And then they're going to settle. Lawyers are going to get paid. The people are going to get a 99-cent check, and that's going to be the end of it, right? And yeah, that video is a little different from your other videos because you're reading a lawsuit. I like the other ones where you're going after the other influencers and the ones on Logan Paul in general, right? So we'll see what happens with that, but it's going to be very, very interesting to see how that plays out in the future when it comes to pretty much large influencers and crypto scams. And here's the thing: if this lawsuit works out, then we're already seeing it too, especially with NFTs like Justin Bieber. We're seeing like, Stephen Curry, a lot of these influencers promoting NFTs. What's going to happen to them down the road? Now, this is a little different, obviously, since Logan Paul was actually manning this project, right? But it's going to be very, very interesting to see how they handle this and how much money is going to be given back to the people that actually got wrecked. So, we'll see what happens. The saga continues, but it looks like CoffeeZilla and Logan Paul's beef is over, which is kind of a shame. I kind of wanted Logan Paul to double down so that we could get another video in the series with CoffeeZilla, but it looks like CoffeeZilla has destroyed this man's entire career. And it's over. So we'll see what happens. But the next subject is going to be on ChatGPT, which everyone doesn't want to hear. I don't care what you want to hear, but it's very, very interesting. Check this out. So ChatGPT touched 100 million monthly active users in January, says study. Now, ChatGPT was the fastest to 1 million users by far. I think the next closest platform was Instagram at 2.5 months, and it only took ChatGPT 5 days. And AI is getting a lot of people in trouble. And I'm going to actually have to see how this works out because Crypto King, the other Terra Luna, there's so many fucking Crypto Kings, but the other Terra Luna influencer, not classy, but Crypto King, made a good point. He's like, what if ChatGPT has some sort of trading bots or some sort of investing bots where, where they could, AI could do your trading for you. That's interesting. Can it learn that way? Because there are bots in trading, right? There's already a thing like that, but they're not that good, right? I think like Kraken has the ability for you to have trading bots, but they're not that good. But what if someone can make it so AI could like maybe launch shit coins or maybe like trade them and those sorts of things? So that's gonna be very interesting to see how it plays into crypto. But when it comes to active users, ChatGPT is blowing everything out of the water. It's going to be crazy. So Chrissy is not a big ChatGPT guy, not a good ChatGPT guy. He does not like it. He's not bullish on it, but it's hit a lot of users, and it's very, very interesting. But one thing we've been seeing, which I hate when people make things political, but it's true. OpenAI's ChatGPT has a major political bias and it could ruin artificial intelligence. We cannot make this political. Some things cannot be political. Some things have to be neutral. I was looking at some post yesterday on Twitter. Let me see if I can find it again. Or excuse me, on Instagram, where I couldn't find it this morning. It was on a kind of a bias website. It's called like the typical, let's say typical liberal. And it was showing Chat GPT like to, let's see. It was showing that some Chat GPT won't write like political statements like for or against things and like highly favors one political party, which I don't like that, right? That's not good for a new technology. Like not everything has to be political. Things can just be neutral and have nothing to do with politics, right? But of course, the state of affairs, and the pretty much where we live in, everything is political, right? So millions of people have interacted with the AI-based chatbot ChatGPT since its debut back in November, resulting in some pretty impressive examples of what this new digital tool can do. We've seen how its abilities range from composing simple poems to writing actual congressional legislation and answering all manner of queries that a user might have previously relied exclusively on Google for. Unfortunately, though, not all of its abilities are praiseworthy. Like, for example, the way ChatGPT displays pretty overt political bias. That's interesting. Now, the crazy thing about this too is that people were writing like getting dissertations and writing big essays and huge exams to pass like huge tests that you need in our society. Like some of the big tests are like the bar exam or the NCLEX for nursing, or maybe, I forgot what it's called when you get your PhD, or maybe dissertation or something like that, right? But professors are starting to have to look out for students using this technology to kind of fib their exit exams. And it says, that's of course to be expected to a certain extent. An AI program is only as politically neutral as the humans creating the model behind it. Nevertheless, political bias in an AI system like ChatGPT actually matters a great deal. Google, for one, already considers this tool enough of a threat to its company that the search giant has implemented a code red battle plan to figure out how to counter it. Now, we know that Microsoft literally invested a ton of money into ChatGPT and AI. Recently, we just got word of Google just acquires a $300 million stake in artificial intelligence startup Anthropic. So now Google's taking the fight to, Microsoft. Interesting. Let the games begin, right? When it comes to AI, right? So it says how ChatGPT works. Before we dive into some specific examples of political bias, though, a brief introduction is in order. First of all, for those who aren't aware of who haven't used it yet, ChatGPT feels very comparable to inputting something in an empty Google search bar. But unlike the latter, which primarily offers links to sites around the web that can satisfy whatever query you have, ChatGPT goes a step beyond and can actually produce original information for you, right? So pretty much what they were doing, I'm not going to read this whole thing in a nutshell. They were putting some, stuff about Donald Trump in and then stuff about Joe Biden. And now what's crazy about this is that during its inception, not inception, but I'd say like around December, there was a article that put something in. It said, make Donald Trump talk about crypto. and like it was a speech generated that Donald Trump would say, and it sounded very much like something Donald Trump would say, like something Donald Trump would say about Bitcoin, right? But recently, some examples were really kind of highlighting or not even letting it generate things for Donald Trump and generating it all for Biden, like praising Biden and kind of like putting down Donald Trump. Now, here, I don't care how you feel about politics, right? Fine. But literally, like when it comes to OpenAI, I don't think this can have political bias, but it's going to, right? It's going to have political bias, right? It's going to have it because it all depends on the people who are creating it. And look, regardless of what you say, companies have their biases, right? We saw that with Twitter. We see it with, we see it with Instagram and other places, Facebook. People have their biases, and it's pretty obvious, right? It's pretty obvious. That's why there's different social media platforms being created, because the issue was there were different biases. Now, of course, since Twitter's been taken over by Elon, that kind of stuff has been thrown out the window, right? We got Awesome Bone in the chat today. It definitely, exactly, yeah, it definitely does. It definitely does, right? So we'll see where this goes, but this is not the right direction in which ChatGPT should go. And should it have these political biases? What do you guys think? Do you guys think, because some people say this, well, if it's your business, you created it, you can have it be whatever you want it to be. And some people say, no, that goes against what we say, free speech. But then it's like, if it's your own business, you have the right to pretty much do what you want. But when a platform gets big enough, the argument is, well, if everybody uses it and we're over here, what we say, what we, live on and thrive on is free speech. Well, how can you make a big, thing like a social media platform or like this be politically biased? Like, it's not supposed to be like that, So it's kind of an interesting argument. It's like, hey, it's my company. I can do what I want. But at the same time, it's like, it doesn't make any sense for something like this to be so political, right? And that's the issue, right? Something like this is still, that's huge and everybody uses is going to be political. And that's not what we need, in my opinion, in this space. We need some neutrality, man. We need something like this to be neutral. This is a huge deal. And although people don't like it, don't like the hype of it, it seems like it's happening at a fast rate, right? Yes, Twitter is biased. Absolutely biased. Have you checked Houdini Swap? Yeah, I've been getting like spam for Houdini Swap token like all over my Twitter. So I have checked it. Okay. So that's the news for that. Not really much going on there. And of course, we have our old men, Warren Buffett, Charlie Munger, many other great minds, billionaires around the world hate on crypto. They hate crypto, right? Now, obviously, like I said yesterday, there's a lot of truth to what these guys are saying, but they don't get the whole story, right? You can't really get mad at a lot of these guys for, saying the things they say when all the scams are going down in the cryptocurrency market, right? It's, it makes sense for these guys to be wary of crypto when most of what's being put out there are scams. And I'm sure they're reading the whole Logan Paul situation where people are getting scammed. I'm sure they're reading, these news headlines of FTX going down and Terra Luna and Three Arrows Capital. I'm sure they're reading all those things, right? And they're seeing all the headlines. And, if I'm not in crypto and I'm seeing those headlines and I don't understand the rest of crypto, I am obviously going to call it a scam, because for what all they see is a scam. And of course, the bad stories make the headlines. But CZ said the other day, and it makes sense. He's like, hey, man, these crypto scams have really pulled us back when it comes to the state of when it comes to just mass adoption. It has pushed us back a little bit, but not that much. And we're already getting back on the horse. Cryptocurrency is starting to recover. But unfortunately, it's going to scare institutional investors, which is going to leave them behind the curve by a long time, because big institutional money is not going to want to get involved with cryptocurrency at all. And I mean, of course they don't want to, right? More power to them, right? That's the issue, right? It's that, we have an issue with money, right? Obviously, we have an issue with money, and there's always been an issue with money and hyperinflation. And some cryptocurrencies, they are securities. They are companies that are operating, tech companies that are operating on the blockchain to get around securities and exchange rules, right? And laws, right? They don't want to pay or do the things you have to do to go public with the company. So what do cryptocurrency projects do? They operate on the blockchain to get those taxes and get people to buy their stocks or shares in their company, right? And they use that money to do their project or scam people. But then there are actual cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, which is a store of value, right? Which is a store of value. You know, when something is a store of value and it's finite and you can't make more of it, well, it's a currency. Well, it becomes important, I think. So they don't know about that. All they see are the major scams and the wreckings that are happening in the cryptocurrency market. So I can't be mad at these old men for saying these sorts of things. And look, they're not billionaires for no reason, right? These guys didn't get to where they're at for no reason at all. They got to where they're at because they're good at what they do and they're billionaires. You know, you're not a billionaire by accident. Even if you're given a large sum of money and you're born into privilege, it's still not an accident that you're a billionaire. You still have to do things to get there. Now, he's 99, he's old as hell, right? But I do think Mr. Charlie has a fantastic point when it comes to what he says about crypto. Now, should it die? Is it rat poison? Right? Should it be gone forever? No, absolutely not. Is it going to be gone forever? No, of course it's not. But I understand their hatred towards it, right? I understand that. Right? Well, just like anything, it's like our money, right? It's like the dollar, right? Was backed by what? Gold, then silver, then gold again, then nothing. Right? Now it's backed by what we give it, right? So if it's a store of value like Bitcoin, if everybody wants it, right, and there's a finite amount, well, it's a store of value. People see it as something that's valuable because it's finite. It's like precious metals, right? It's the same thing. It's the value we give it. I'm sure if something, it has to be rare, right? Rare. You can't just find it anywhere. That's what gives it value. There's a lot of things like that, right? Obviously, rocks can't be a store of value because they're everywhere, right? Stuff like, you know what I mean? So currency is a little weird, right? Currency is a little weird, but we're seeing like examples all around us, right? Venezuela, who else? Greece, right? All these countries that are their currency's worth nothing. Who just won the World Cup? What's fucking Argentina, right? It's crazy. Matthew says, "Hey Rodney, why is there a Chinese spy balloon?" Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, but in the National Guard, I was a grunt, so we don't really think that much. We just kind of go and do things what we're told. But yeah, there is a Chinese spy balloon floating across America. Apparently, there's something. That's a big story. That's when you know there's no news because there's a Chinese. Let's look at that Chinese spy balloon over Montana, which is like, why Montana? So check this out. If you guys didn't know, there's a large Chinese reconnaissance balloon spotted over the U.S. officials say. So it's like, why don't we shoot that bitch down? But you know what's been crazy? What's been crazy is that I don't know if any of you guys are in Southern California and San Diego, there's been like every single night around the same time, there has been like a fleet of like airplanes or helicopters flying over. I'm like, what are they doing? What are they doing? Nuclear bases in the area? It's actually a big story, really. It says a massive spy balloon believed to be from China was seen above Montana is being tracked as it flies. Like, shoot that bitch down. Joe Biden is now deciding against military. It's a spy balloon. Shoot it down. Still, officials insisted they continue to closely monitor the vessel as they have since it entered the country while voicing their concern to Beijing. The United States government has detected a high-tracking surveillance balloon. Actually, let's find a video on that. Let's find a video on that. That's actually kind of interesting. Hold on. Let's do a little sidetrack. All right. All right, let's watch
the first time we are hearing directly from China after surprising reports that a suspected
Yo, that's not our balloon, bro. We don't know whose balloon that is. That ain't ours, bro.
Chinese spy balloon is floating over the northern U.S. The Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson addressed the situation a short time ago, saying they're aware of the reports and will have more in a live report from Beijing in just a moment. But a senior U.S. defense official says the Pentagon is confident this surveillance balloon belongs to China. The U.S. has been tracking it for a few days and says it entered Montana via Canada. We've been hearing that it does not pose a serious risk, but it is traveling near sensitive sites. And people living in the Billings, Montana area definitely noticed something strange in the sky. Listen to this.
There's the moon. Right.
We just passed it. Yo.
What's that? What planet is that?
Okay. That's the moon. It's a little fuzzy out here, and it's a kind of a cruddy phone, but it's slightly overcast. Well, what the heck is that?
Yo.
That's not the sun. And according to my little planet guide, it's not a planet. What the heck is that?
Shoot that bitch down. Yeah. What's up, Jake?
Any help would be appreciated.
The military and White House say there are no plans to shoot down the balloon. It's traveling at a very high altitude, well above commercial air traffic, but the balloon is near a potential target for Chinese espionage, intercontinental ballistic missiles.
Why wouldn't we shoot it down?
Meanwhile, the Biden administration says it acted immediately to prevent the balloon from collecting any sensitive information. CNN's Pentagon correspondent Oren Lieberman picks up the story.
Officials say it came into the U.S. over Montana, coming in from Canada, and that's where they began tracking it.
All right.
First launching.
I can't do these low testosterone. Let's get some Fox News in here.
This is a Fox News alert and a very strange story. The Pentagon, as you may have heard,
I'm sorry. CNN has some low energy over there, man. Let's get some Fox News in here. Let's get some big dick energy.
is now tracking a very high altitude Chinese spy balloon over the northern United States. Apparently, it's over Montana right now. You're seeing photographs of that balloon on your screen. The Pentagon has decided for some reason not to shoot down the balloon, even though they say it's flying over some, quote, sensitive sites. So there are intercontinental ballistic missile silos in that area. What is this? Joining us now is Jamil Jaffer from the National Security Institute. Jamil, thanks so much for coming on. This, presidents make a lot of complicated decisions. This doesn't seem complicated. There's a Chinese spy
shoot
balloon.
that motherfucker down.
What do you think is happening here?
Yeah, it's a great question, Tucker. It's really
Someone go up there with a needle and pop that bitch. You know what I mean? Someone go up there and pop it. Do something.
interesting about this incident is that the Defense Department has made clear that this isn't the first time that we've seen Chinese spy balloons over U.S. territory in the past. What's interesting about this particular incident is the fact that we've called it out, we've made it public, and that they actually froze the airspace over Billings, Montana, and put planes up thinking about taking the shot. Now, why they didn't take the shot, why they didn't take it down, hard to know, Tucker. But it's worth noting, back in 2001, the Chinese forced down an American spy plane on Hainan Island, kidnapped U.S. airmen and airwomen for a number of days, and stole a bunch of surveillance assets off that plane. Now, that was almost 2 decades ago.
So you almost answered my question. Do you think if the American Pentagon floated a spy balloon over Chinese missile bases, that Chairman Xi would say, I'm not really sure how to respond. Maybe we should just let it keep floating?
Yeah, look, I think that's highly unlikely. I mean, you saw Nancy Pelosi went to Taiwan just a few months back, and Kevin McCarthy is going to Taiwan shortly. And the Chinese were threatening to shoot down Nancy Pelosi's plane. So, it's clear that the Chinese would take action. It's surprising that we're not.
First of all, thank you so much, B Volted, for becoming a member of the channel. That eggplant looks oh so nice next to your name. Volted Eggplant. Welcome to the Degenerates. Dude, yeah, what are we doing here? Get a ladder and pop that bitch with a needle. What are we doing? Shoot it down. Everybody, are we all in agreement? Spy plane, shoot that bitch down. I don't know, guys. I don't know what we should do about this fucking balloon flying over sensitive area. This is crazy. And if you guys think China and Russia can take us into war, you're out of your mind. The only way they can deal with us is maybe nukes. But as you can see what's happening in Russia, when we're just sending our weapons to Ukraine and they're giving them hell, guys, we will thump those guys. Our Navy, our Air Force is too good for right now. They outnumber us like 10-1 on the battlefield, 15-1, I think, but it doesn't matter. It's all about technology these days. We would thump them, guys. We would absolutely thump them. Easy. I'm not even kidding. And thanks so much for the $10 donation, Echoes. Let's go, baby.
You want to be as fair as you can in situations like this because there's so much we don't know, and you're tempted to leap the conclusion these people
maybe it has a bomb on it or something.
Impotent, but could there be a good reason they're not shooting it down?
Well, you could say that they wanted to see where it's going to go, what it's trying to track. Is it looking at our ICBMs? Is it looking at something else? They may be collecting information off of it, too. So there's a possibility there are good reasons for not shooting it down. But it is odd that you would announce it, make it clear that you've seen it, and then not take action.
Well, that's exactly right. It's such a smart observation. I appreciate it. Jamil Jaffer, thank you so much.
Thanks, Tucker.
Pretty much what Fox News is saying, that Joe Biden, you got a limp dick, baby. Get up there. I get it. I understand. Sometimes you got a limp dick, but this is not the time, baby. This is not the time. All right, we got another one. Let's check it out.
A Fox News alert now. A U.S. official telling Fox that the Gang of Eight has been briefed on that Chinese.
Can you imagine the Chinese person that was supposed to make this high? Bro, what the fuck? Why'd you pick white? You could have picked any. You're supposed to pick blue, baby blue, dummy. Why did you pick white for the balloon? I don't know, man. That's the only color we had left. No, why did you pick? Now they see it.
Chinese surveillance balloon hovering near critical U.S. military sites.
Former FBI Special Agent Jonathan Gilliam joins us now with the latest. Good morning to you. So far we know the balloon has been floating in the area above Malmstrom Air Force Base in Montana, higher than commercial air traffic. And it's the size of 3 buses and includes a technology bay.
Shit.
You know, how did
That's a big
U.S.
balloon.
officials not catch this?
Well, they did catch it, dummy.
Well, I think that's the question.
They literally caught it. It flew from Canada to Montana. I'm pretty sure we caught it pretty quick. Like, that was pretty quick. First of all, what's Canada doing? Justin Trudeau over there being a soy boy, worrying about mankind and womankind. Can't even spot a big-ass balloon the size of 3 buses floating over to Montana, which, let's be honest, who cares about Montana? But still one of the boys, you know? Crazy. Yeah, this is a shoot first and ask questions later. 100%. Do you think any other country... I don't understand the Americans sometimes because we value empathy and being nice so much here when other people around the world only respect power. It's crazy. Literally. Like Donald Trump, right? North Korea threatened us, right? Donald Trump literally said they would be met with fire and fury and called him Rocket Man and then met with them. What an alpha move, right? It was the first guy to go meet with him and have a conversation, right? Guys, this is crazy. We can't be so sensitive, man. We got to shoot the motherfucker down.
Out of all this, I'm not really worried about whether or not they have the ability to jam this thing and its ability to capture whatever it's looking for. But how did it get over the United States? I mean, we can look at golf balls and see the dimples on golf balls from satellites. We can track meteorites moving at 50,000 miles per hour into the United States, but we don't have the ability to see a balloon that's moving slower than an airplane towards the United States before it even gets here.
That's pretty funny.
It really makes you question, what is NORAD, the CIA, the NSA, all these people that we believe are able to look and see these things, Space Command, this brand new Space Command, why couldn't they have caught this? Because this is a national security blunder. It's not the first time, admittedly, that they're saying that this has happened. So how does it happen again? That's the question that needs to be asked right now.
And I think this all goes to the overarching concern raised by you and Ashley that if our enemies can get a very slow-moving balloon with a lot of other stuff attached to it over U.S. airspace, then can't they get a really fast nuke over U.S. airspace? To me, that's the main issue. They've got to answer that question. But my question for you, Jonathan, are you buying this notion from the Department of Defense that the reason they can't shoot it down is because of the concern that the debris field that it would create could potentially harm people?
That could be an issue, but still.
Well, first of all, this thing, like Ashley said, is as big as a bus, right? So it's not like it was a small little thing. And Todd, they could drop a nuclear bomb from a balloon just as easy as they could from a fast-moving plane. So I don't know if anybody's even considered that yet. But it seems like if this thing, if it's hovering and they shoot it down, it's probably going to fall pretty straight down to the earth. And I don't know how vast this area where it's above, but I'm pretty sure that they would be able to track and kind of come up with a place that this may crash if it's just loitering in one place. And the fact that they keep saying that it's over this airspace, they've been saying that since yesterday, that does cause me great concern, because if they have the ability to control where that hot air balloon goes from China, then maybe it's not being blocked from seeing what it wants to see.
Interesting.
And I absolutely think Americans have every single right to ask questions and be incredibly concerned, especially when it comes to
the hugely
China
popular
and our national security. But we do have to get to this. Hunter Biden's lawyers deny admitting the laptop's existence and demand for criminal.
All right, we're not getting over there. First of all, Hunter Biden laptop situation is fantastic, right? That is so fantastic, right? This guy literally wore a GoPro everywhere he went. Hunter Biden was wearing a GoPro while doing fat. Look, I like the party as much as the next guy, but dude, don't wear a GoPro. You know what I mean? That's crazy, man. There's a Chinese news network that I found here, but is this WION? Is this Chinese? I'm assuming it is. I'm assuming it is. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not Chinese. Yeah, let's see. Let's see this. Hold on.
Canada's National Defence is monitoring a potential second incident of a suspected spy balloon.
Another one?
Canada's National Defence says the balloon is being
Whoa.
actively tracked by the North American Aerospace Defense Command. The alert from Canadian defense officials comes just hours after the U.S. military said it's tracking
Yeah, that
a
is an active war,
suspected
yeah.
high-altitude spy balloon. The balloon spotted over the U.S. state of Montana has been flying over the United States for a few days now. Senior U.S. officials have advised President Joe Biden against shooting it down, fearing that the debris could pose a safety threat to people on the ground. The incident comes amid raising tensions between Washington and Beijing. The Pentagon spokesperson has said that the United States government has detected and is tracking a high-altitude surveillance balloon over the United States. He added that the balloon is currently traveling at an altitude well above commercial air traffic and does not present a military or physical threat to people on the ground. Top Republican on the Senate Intelligence Committee, Marco Rubio, said the spy balloon was alarming but not surprising. He added that the level of espionage aimed at the United States by Beijing has grown dramatically more intense and brazen over the past 5 years. A senior U.S. defense official speaking on condition of anonymity said that the United States had, quote, custody of the balloon, which is said to be 3 times the size of a bus, since it entered the U.S. airspace a few days ago, and has observed it with piloted U.S. military aircraft.
What?
The U.S. official also said that the current flight path would carry the balloon over a number of sensitive sites. The sites may include Malmstrom Air Force Base in Montana, which
Well, yeah, thinking here, and after my knee-jerk reaction, yeah, what if we did blow it up and it dropped a bomb and it murked a bunch of people in Montana? You know what I mean? So there is that. Okay, I get it. All right, true. It's 2 buses. They said there's a second balloon. Yeah, I can imagine that flying directly over a country with something that looks like that. First of all, did we not test this out, China? Did we not look like, oh, that looks fucking suspicious, right? So we'll see what happens, but I don't know. I never. What else is going on right now? Is this distracting us for something going on right now? What's going on right now? Are we going to go World War fucking 3? Hope you guys have some rations. All right, sounds good, Chrissy. Have a fantastic day, bro. Have a fantastic day. Let's finish this one because it's from like a neutral website,
which is home to 150 intercontinental ballistic missile silos.
At
one point, the airport in Billings, Montana, issued a ground stop as the military mobilized assets, including F-22 fighter jets. That in case Biden ordered the balloon to be shot down. U.S. officials have brought up the issue with their Chinese counterparts through diplomatic channels in Beijing and Washington. The Chinese Foreign Ministry said that it's gathering and verifying facts, saying that China is a responsible country and that it respects the airspace of other countries.
I have noted relevant reports. We are gathering and verifying the facts. I would like to stress that before it becomes clear what happened, any deliberate speculation or hyping up will not help handling the matter. China is a responsible country and we act in accordance with international law. We have no intention to violate other countries' sovereignty and airspace. And as I said, we are gathering and verifying the facts. We hope relevant parties would handle the matter in a cool-headed way.
They say it's not theirs.
Hold on. The ministry said that it's gathering and verifying facts, saying that China is a responsible country and that it respects the airspace of other countries.
Oh, okay. China said nah.
I have noted relevant reports. We are gathering and verifying the facts. I would like to stress that before it becomes clear what happened, any deliberate speculation or hyping up will not help handling the matter. China is a responsible country and we act in accordance with international law. We have no intention to violate other countries' sovereignty.
Okay, so pretty much you're saying it's not theirs. You guys think this is some fake shit to get a war going? What do you guys think? You think it's some fake shit to get a war going?
And
remember the Gulf? What is it? Tonkin Bay? What was the other thing that spurred you know what I mean? Like the Vietnam thing? What do you guys think?
Airspace. And as I said, we are gathering and verifying the facts. We hope relevant parties would handle the matter in a cool-headed way.
China's media also chimed in. The outlet Global Times said on Twitter is that if balloon from other countries could really enter continental U.S. smoothly, it only proves that its air defense system is completely a decoration and cannot be trusted. China and the United States, the world's two largest economies, have experienced tensions recently. They have locked horns over Taiwan, China's human rights record, and its military activity in the South China Sea. The development comes as U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken is due to visit China in the coming days. Now, with the spy balloon spotted just days before, it remains to be seen what impact it could have at the high-stake meeting.
Yeah.
Demanding answers from President Biden regarding the security of the U.S. airspace, Republican Senator Tom Cotton has asked Secretary Blinken to call off his China visit. For more on this, Frederick Flitz, Vice Chairman of America First Policy Institute Center for American Security, is joining us. He's also former NSC Chief of Staff, CIA analyst, and House Intelligence Committee staff member. He's live with us from Washington, D.C. Fred, thank you so much for joining us on WION. This is extremely concerning that this balloon...
Distraction from the Luna Classic pump.
...traveled all the way from Canada into Montana, and we still don't know why it's hovering over the United States and the U.S. isn't doing anything about it, the Biden administration.
Well, it's a pleasure to be here. I was on another network this morning where an analyst was saying this isn't a big deal because the Chinese spy on the U.S. all the time with satellites. This is very different. Satellites are in orbit. This is a violation of U.S. sovereignty, U.S. territory. Looks like there's more than one balloon. And I'm wondering whether this is a test to test U.S. air defenses, to test the decisiveness of the U.S. president. And the sad thing about this is that this incident could cause Blinken to postpone his trip or could put such a damper over the trip. Nothing during this visit to China will be accomplished. So it's very unfortunate timing.
Damn.
Sensitive times indeed. And also, we are told that this...
All right, this is fucking some low energy shit boring. And I had a boogie here soon anyways. What do you guys think about this? First of all, speaking of Canada and China, let's talk about our favorite Canadian Chinese dual citizen, NCZ, making a big announcement, another W. Just a quick W. We'll talk about this for a couple seconds. Is Binance re-enters South Korea with GoPax exchange. So shout out to Binance, putting their little wing dog and everything out there. You know, Binance continues to make W's even in a bear market. And of course, I'm going to be migrating over to Jake's channel here soon. But yeah, I mean, what's up with this situation, right? What's up with this situation? I don't know, because I get it now. Like, my knee-jerk reaction is to go send some fighter jets to blow it up. But like, it's so slow that maybe a fighter jet can't hit it. I don't know. And it's big. It could have some sort of like something crazy in there. So I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to look at. Here's the thing, guys. If you went to 100 people on the street and you asked them, do you trust the government? What percentage of people you think would say yes? Probably a very small percentage. I'm willing to bet 90% would say no, just because it's like common knowledge not to trust the government. I suppose it depends where you ask, right? But I'm willing to bet that most people are going to say no. So is this some sort of false flag thing? I don't know. Is China really this dumb to like send a bright white balloon in a blue sky over Montana, sensitive military spots? You know, it seems pretty stupid, right? It seems pretty dumb to me. So it's going to be very, very interesting, right? It's going to be very, very interesting. NPCs say, yeah, exactly, Spencer. Exactly, Spencer. All right, guys, with that, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to be migrating over to Jake Gagan's channel. Come hang out with us for the crypto hour over there. The boys are going to be hanging out. Hope to see you guys there. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. Make sure to smash like. A little slow day today, guys. There's not really much going on in crypto today. This weekend, I assume this weekend's going to be very, very boring. Maybe I have to cover more news stories or something like that. Maybe this red balloon thing may have, a lot of people were interested in it. So, guys, smash that like on the way out. I appreciate y'all. Have a good one, and I'll talk to you tomorrow morning. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now.